It is your boy, the Mulatto, Ronin, back on at it again with another banger and fire video for y'all's out there today. There, y'all. It's a little windy. I hope I don't get rained on, so I'm getting these steps in real quick. It feel good as hell out here. I ain't even gonna lie, and also, y'all like the new look, got the braids, hair rebraided, got that fresh fade too. Boy, looking right, body still coming together. Getting better and better, man, I tell you. But I gotta really preach to my fellow light-skinned mulatto, us golden race brothers out here. I gotta really speak to y'all when it come down to how we should go about dating in 2026 and beyond. Even as you're coming up of age, you're young, teenager, all over the place, don't quite understand much, building your experiences. This stuff takes time, because we move a bit more differently in a lot of groups of people, how we come at things. A lot of us, man, we're a very special group of men, I'll tell you that much. But how we should come at dating from here on out, in my opinion, here in America, because there's so much fuckery on our name, unfortunately we are gonna have to overperform, but not in a bad way. And when I say overperform, I mean just simply shooting your shot a lot more. See, with us, we tend not to shoot our shot as much. And because, let's be honest, a lot of us can agree, back in like our high school days and everything, middle school days, that's usually where we get the most attention. And we don't have to try whatsoever. Not say you still won't get those experiences after high school, but usually after then, people fall off. And they things change after high school, because now you're going up against men with money, and then you got to really build yourself, but with no money involved and it's just people, oh yeah, we dominate, and that's, you ain't even gotta know anything, at least back in the day. Now, social media did a number on the dating market, I ain't gonna lie. This is why I say it's good for us to really cold approach. Now, there's a way how we do it. This is how I do it, and it works for me. So I'm gonna put y'all on game. But why do I say cold approach and don't fuck with the online dating? Because listen, man, our image is fucked here in America, I ain't gonna lie. So we got a lot of overcoming a lot of stuff. So just go ahead and cold approach, and I feel like that's really our best way to do things. On top of that, hit the gym, give yourself the best, shot as you possibly can. Get them steps in, get them push-ups in, make sure you're looking fresh. Excuse the little line I got right here. I had my little, I had like my cap on, because when I be at the workplace and fast food, I gotta have that little cap on. So that's why I got that little line across the forehead. But, keep yourself pretty fresh out here like we normally do. But if you fit, you a golden race individual, I'm not gonna lie, man, in America, your competition is really, really low. This is the perfect time to come up as a golden race male. Now, it is gonna take time, a lot of things we gotta overcome, but why do I say cold approach? For one, it's a lot of dudes giving up on dating. And when you look around, it's not a lot of dudes in decent shape, so we already are perceived to be most attractive, so that gives us the upper hand. And we hit the gym too, which you can have a decent approach like 3 days out of the week, or I've been doing it mostly 6 days out of the week, but it takes time to get to that. So start small with your discipline, and then it'll grow over time. And yeah, I just treat it like a video game character. That's how I treat this body, so just leveling it up, and that's the mindset you got to have if you're going to be trying to do your best out here. Now, when it comes down to the types of women that I would say to deal with, in my opinion, you a young man, you ain't got your shit together exclusively. Well, I shouldn't say exclusively, but 80% of the time you need to be dealing with older women. So they're over 40, go with them. Make sure they look good though. Like, I had pulled this really beautiful older lady, white lady, tattoos, everything look amazing. She's like 46, I'm 26. pull her at the workplace. You know, I work in fast food, so I was in the window, you know, the drive-through. I pulled her, and probably gonna go kick with her tomorrow. So we're gonna see how that goes, but I ain't gonna lie, man. That's really the best relationships, in my opinion, as a young man. Don't get me wrong, I still rock with my generation, but my generation has a lot of healing, a lot of things to overcome, a lot of social anxiety, a lot of habits to break. You know, dealing with a woman from a different time, that mindset different, man, just hit different, you know. Because they say every generation gets worse, at least here in America. I can't speak for worldwide, but yeah, we know shit get worse and worse over here. So I prefer, or like older women as a young man, don't have to really spend much money, if any. Get driven places. Hell, I had one girl, she let me hold her car, you know, and let me drive that shit all day. So, you know, you may have stuff like that happen, but hey, that's just all opinion, you know, just shoot your shot, you know. But older woman, you're a young man, you ain't got your shit together, go for older women, because I'm telling you, the jobs economy is not set up in your favor. We ain't even on the census. So for us, you know, older women gonna give us that leg up, you know. So I'm not saying hold yourself out. I'm not saying go thot yourself out there to the top. I'm not saying go do that. But now I generally love older women, you know. So like I'm not using them for like financial gain or nothing like that. But there is a lot of perks that come with it, you know. A lot of times they the most in shape. When I look around compared to my generation don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. I love y'all, but y'all Gen Z, we gotta do better, man. But so, you know, that's my strategy. If you young, ain't got your shit together, stick with older women. You're gonna learn a lot. Gonna cook for you. So that's the best route I would say for us. Now, if you're older, I ain't gonna, I guess you can rock with your age range, but kind of date a little bit younger. But yeah, I'm good. I know what I like, but don't get me wrong, the door is always still open for, you know, like women in my age range. But again, it just depends, you know, on where you're at in life. Because listen, man, Gen Z is po as fuck. I'm one of them, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got no shame. I'm still building myself up, but at least I'm trying. A lot of motherfuckers ain't even trying out here, you know. They ain't even taking no leap of faith, nothing, you know. I'm actually doing it. So you can't take two po ass people and try to make shit work. No. I mean, don't get me wrong, we should be able to do that, but social media and just the mindset and just how low vibration the average person is really fucked that up. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can still get it, but you're gonna have to really take your time to find it. It's gonna take time, you know. But I prefer older women. Get what I want. It's a lot more fun. My opinion, you just can't beat it right now. As a young man, you just can't beat it. And this ain't me being desperate whatsoever. I generally love older women, you know, so that's just me. And when it comes down to approaching women, very, very important, you write your name and number down on a piece of paper. You go to the grocery store, it's the best spot. Or even if you're working in fast food customer service, you go out there and then you go to like the cereal aisle, right? You get the Frosted Flakes in one hand and the Fruity Pebbles in the other hand. Or whatever cereal that you like. Fake like you're gonna buy one of them, but, you know, ask for help and be like, hey, I'm trying to make, say, some Rice Krispie treats, some type of shit, you know. Fake like you're gonna make some shit, ask the older woman for help, or any woman for that matter for help. Start up a little conversation, and then at the end, hey, thank her for helping. You'll, like, when a woman really to go out their way and go help you decide on something, it usually means that you pretty much in there. So after that happens, got your name and number written down on a piece of paper, give her your name and number that's on the piece of paper. I don't even ask for the number or nothing like that no more, but that's my strategy. Works pretty good, so I say go ahead and do that. So yeah, you got it written down on a piece of paper, works fantastically. So do that, and just go on about your business, you know. Like, heck, I did that today. She got back to me instantly, you know. So, but that's all I gotta say. Is your boy Mulatto Ronin. Like and subscribe, share. Y'all take it easy.